know what you're thinking. Soy curls? What in spam nation is she talking about? I take a certain amount of pride in the fact that I've always shared recipes with you that have ingredients that are easy to find and that you can always get from any grocery store, no matter where you live. This is one of those videos or one of those times I'm going off the rail. Okay, these are a relatively new product for me. I don't know how long they've been around, but they're provided by a company called Butler Foods. You will not find them in your local grocer. You might find them at your local foodie mart. I'm not sure. But I know that you will find them online, okay? I bought 6 bags at a foodie mart here in Austin, and they're only available at one foodie mart in Austin. What does that tell you? That's really hard to find. And they're a little expensive, okay? For an 8-ounce bag, it's like $4.99, which is a lot. But you can get a lot of food out of this 8-ounce bag. Anyways, you can get them online, and that's what I'm going to do. Soy curls, what are they? They are the soybean cooked and stirred, and I'm not sure how this actually works, but the soybeans are cooked and stirred, and they kind of get stretched out, and then they're dried, dehydrated, and what you do, you get them in these bags, and you rehydrate them with some kind of broth or spiced up water or just plain water. It just depends on what you're doing and where you want to go with it. I don't want to call it a fake meat because it's not a fake meat. It's a cooked soybean, okay? It just so happens to have this really cool stringy texture that would remind you of a shredded roast beef or shredded chicken, okay? It's that kind of chew. But it doesn't have, soy curls don't have any flavor, so you have to like cook them in something. I mean, they do have a little flavor, but it's not a very exciting flavor. So you want to like pour something on it. Or this first recipe I'm sharing with you, I was shooting for like a beef fajita flavor, and it worked. It really worked. It's just cool. Okay, so soy curls, super easy to prepare, just like the bag says here, high in fiber, no cholesterol. It's the whole bean, organic, non-GMO. Okay, this stuff is better than any of the fake meats that we love so much at our grocery stores now. Okay, you can go online to butlerfoods.com and order soy curls by the bag, which comes out to be about the same price you would probably pay for them in a foodie mart. They have a 12-pound bulk box. Yeah, that's the one I'm buying. I've had enough of these now. We've gone through several bags. I'm very confident with my soy curls. It's a family hit. We really love it. My husband keeps saying, you have got to make these for our meat eating friends because everybody's going to be blown away as to how great these things are, and it would really help someone who just doesn't want to let go of their meat. This would get them beyond that moment. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to buy the 12-pound bulk box and store it up in some big jars or maybe a container of some sort because they're dehydrated. They should keep, I don't know, I should keep at least 6 months. I bet we could take this out in about 6 months. If I was serving other people and, you know, trying to turn everybody onto plant-based, I think I could kill this box super easy. All right, let's get cooking. Okay, so here's what the soy curls look like rehydrated in just plain water. It takes about 15 minutes for them to plump up. That's long enough for you to get all your vegetables chopped and all this stuff. Okay, I've turned on my Instapot and I've got it on the saute feature on the medium heat, and I'm going to saute onions and bell peppers. Now, if you're not familiar with the way I like to run these videos, all the major details to the recipe are at the end of this video and posted at in the video description below. You know, right here, you're just seeing how I threw all this together, and we're just talking. We're sitting here we're both watching how I put this together. Okay, so here, you see, it looks like shredded chicken, doesn't it? These things are great. And there's still a little bit of water. Like once you rehydrate them, you want to drain off the water, but don't feel like you have to squeeze it dry because whatever extra moisture is there is okay because you kind of want some moisture, but you don't need to squeeze it dry. Okay, and then I was getting lazy and I bought a jar of minced garlic and I threw that in there. And some oregano. I like Mexican oregano because I was thinking spicy tacos, so you gotta have Mexican oregano in there. And some chili powder. I was really winging it here. I was going for beefy fajitas. That's what I was shooting for. That's why I used lots of Mexican oregano. To me, I associate Mexican oregano with beef. I don't know why, I just do. What was that? Oh yeah, some cumin. And then I'm putting in some paprika. Just regular paprika. I watched a cooking show one time and the guy was making chorizo and he used paprika in his chorizo and I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't use a lot here, but a little. And then wouldn't be delicious without her liquid smoke. I put the pecan stuff in there this time. Okay, and I don't know why, you know, I just have a brain fart sometimes. When I'm trying to build a recipe, which is what I'm doing here, I'm making this stuff up right in front of you. I thought, oh, I'll just do the tomato bits. But then I end up using the whole can. That was about one 14.5-ounce can of diced tomatoes. Those were the plain tomatoes. And I'll tell you right now, if you want it spicier, which you probably will, get some of those seasoned diced tomatoes, you know, or some spicy diced tomatoes, like the ones with the chipotle peppers. I mean, that would really wake this dish up. I went plain because, you know, I got kids and they don't like stuff too spicy, so I got to keep it simple. I got to add my spice at the end, you know, on my plate. So I went with the plain tomatoes. Okay, and then I gave it a little salt. And I, at this point, am just going by the smell. Now, soy curls are already cooked, so you can, they're chewy. They're a lot chewier right now when they're first rehydrated. But you could eat one right now and taste any kind of sauce that you've put on it and to find out if you've got your spices the way you want to, okay? And which is what I'm doing here. You know, I've decided I want a little more chili powder, I want a little more garlic, I want a little more cumin, and I really want this to come out and be pronounced. So that's what I'm doing, just working with my nose here. And then, because I'm winging it, I was afraid that when I slow cook these soy curls, that my pan would dry out. So I kind of chickened out, and I added about a 1/4 cup of my no chicken base chicken broth in there, just to make sure I wouldn't get dried out. I don't think that I really needed that because of all the liquid that the tomatoes put off, but I'd have to say that, you know, it just added another level to the flavors and it made it good. So when I go to make this again, I'm going to stick with the chicken broth. Okay, so now I've turned off my saute feature and I'm turning on the slow cook, and I want this to cook fast. So I set the heat to high, which is the more, and then I used the minus sign to adjust it for 1 hour and 30 minutes. And let me tell you, 1.5 hours is perfect. Those soy curls are so tender. They're not mushy. It just, you know, I've got braces. If you've got like no teeth, or you got, you know, tender teeth or something like that, it makes those soy curls so tender to eat. It's just, oh, it's wonderful. Look, this is what they look like. Now, leftovers, throw that on a baked potato. Oh my word, it's awesome. During the 1.5 hours that I was waiting for these guys to get all cooked up and the tomatoes to break down and everything to get tender, I made up some guacamole. I chopped up some tomatoes and onions and cilantro, got me a little pico de gallo action going on. I had a little bit of cauliflower cream sauce left over from the refrigerator, so I added some nooch to it and kind of made it cheesy, you know, tasting, smelling. And then I smeared all that stuff inside a couple of hot tortillas, and baby, oh baby, that's good. All right, I want you to try soy curls. Order them online, get a few bags, try them out on your family. For a family of 4, I rehydrate about half a bag. That's all it takes. But if you're, after you get the hang of working with soy curls and you have fun seasoning it up, you will end up cooking the whole bag for something else. Last night, I made barbecue soy curls and they were rocking good. I wish that I had videoed what I did because they're completely awesome. We ate the barbecue cold today for lunch. And oh my gosh, my son was like, we got to have this all the time because these are the best things ever. And I was like, you know what? You are rocking right because these things are great. Anyways, I cannot wait for you to try out the soy curls and try this recipe. I've got some other soy curl recipes coming. This is just the first one. All right, I love y'all. Y'all have fun. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.